Hello, welcome to my channel. This is my Dare to Win save, currently with the third team in the save, AC Milan. Since you were with us last, we lost 1-0 to Villarreal and then drew 1-1 at Brescia. We then went away and beat Genoa 1-0. We were the better team, but we didn't really take our chances. And then we've just played Lazio at home, thrashed them 3-1. We went 3-0 up pretty quick. That sort of woke Lazio up and they were back in the game for 30 minutes. But yeah, it was to and fro, but I think we deserve the win. And we've just played Champions League game against Malmo. Comfortable 3-1 winners there. They caused us a few problems here and there, but nothing too much. We have started playing some of the older players to beef up the team a little bit and not make us such a soft touch. So today, first really big game of the season is Inter away. Inter were sitting, before this weekend's round of games, Inter were sitting top of the table. Whether they still are or not, I don't know. But today's side, that is Dokovic in goal, Scout, Acomia, Neto and Vasquez. Neto's moved into central midfield, allowing Vasquez then to play instead of, what's his name, Collignon, who was playing left back but just isn't quite up to it at the moment. Urban and Pesci in the midfield, Koulibaly and Kadongo out wide, with Mano today up front, partner in Di Ketelaere. And the reason he's up front, Dell'Orto isn't really doing anything. Okay, he's had 4 or 5 games, no goals, hasn't looked like scoring, to be honest. And our main guy who normally starts up there with 2 goals already, Ercole, isn't fit. This guy, 5 years of age, Belgian, 10 goals already this season. He had a couple of games where he went off form, but he's smashing them in for fun. So that's the team today. Inter away. This is going to be the stiffest test of this season so far, I would imagine. And yeah, let's see where we're at. You know, I know we've got a bit of building to do yet and a few players to replace and beef up the team a little bit. But yeah, it hasn't been a bad start. We're sitting about 4th or 5th in the league after this weekend's early kickoffs. This could be a bit different though. We're unbeaten in the league so far. I'm hoping we're going to be able to hold on with that. I've been well impressed with a lot of these players. A lot of them are youngsters, and I was expecting this to be a season where we were sort of clutching and holding on, and it might well turn out to be that yet. But they're performing well. They're playing well. We're up against stiff opposition today. Let's not forget that. Ooh, that's glanced off the bar. The keeper didn't seem to have an idea where it was. Happy to let it go. And I don't like the fact that every highlight so far has started in and around our 18-yard box. So Scow's been playing really well. Still don't know why nobody likes him. They don't want him. Whether something has gone on in the past, I don't know. But I can only work on what I see. And he's been a cracking player for us so far this season. And here you go, he's trying to build down the right, trying to get something going. And there's a long ball over to Koulibaly, who's been playing really well. It's crossed in, but the deflection held it up and allowed the defender to clear it. Urban's picked up a knock. I did see that earlier, but I was hoping we'd get through it. And that's a good cross in, and keeper managed to scumble it clear at the near post. I'm going to have to stop and have a look because I can't really afford any long-term injuries, potential knee injury. So he's going to have to come off. And that's going to give Tonali... It's not. It's going to be Nunes. I've got to check whether Tonali's on a... Yeah, he would get a new contract if he plays too many games, so he's not playing. So that's the substitution. And to start, not a great start, is it? I've been picking up an injury in the first 20 minutes, but we'll see how it goes. Nunes is a capable midfield player. But yeah, the youngsters are going well. Whether that's going to phase out towards the end, you know, as the season goes on, I don't know, but at the moment we're doing all right. I'm hoping we can actually sneak a result here today. That would be against the odds. And really, and this is a worry. Oh, it's glanced off the bar again. Keeper didn't fill me with confidence the way he went about trying to make that save, I have to be honest. But we're shading the possession. We're a little bit behind on XG. Shading the chances. So we're holding our own, even though all the highlights seem to be for Inter. So we're going to go with, it's time for everyone to dig deep. It really is. Second half, we can't afford to come off a pace at all. I'm not going to demand more yet because we are doing okay, even though we're not looking as likely to score as what Inter are. And you all know it only takes a second to score, and you know, all the possession in the world, if you don't score, it doesn't do you any good. And to be honest, have we really looked like scoring so far in this game? I don't think we have, so... that is a concern. And Oh dear, they're in behind us, and this is a worry. It's crossed in, and a lovely bit of goalkeeping. I'm not sure whether it flicked up off a defender, which put the striker off, but we've held on to it. And I may have to bring some of the old guard on for that little bit of experience towards the end of this game. And try and just beef it up. And they are playing it around us pretty comfortably at the moment. We really do seem to be struggling to get anything out of this game. And they're in behind now, and this is a worry. And it went wide, which is a let off. And we're at 70 minutes now. We're going to make some changes, and I am going to be looking towards the old guard. I'm going to get him on for Pecci, I think. See how he goes in the midfield. He can play centre half or midfield. Do my centre halves need changing? No, my right back does. Peter Scow needs to come off. That's going to be Mena on for him. I'm going to get Kadonga off and bring Pereira on. He's not as old as the others, he says. I'd like to get Tonali on in the middle as well, and he's going to replace nobody because we've already made our midfield substitutions. What's going on, guys? That's okay. I might move Nunes up front for Nano, who's not doing a lot. I can't take the other guy off, and that allows me to bring Tonali on in the middle. That's our 5 substitutions made. Let's see if the old guard can come out and turn this game around a little bit. I'm going to encourage. We seem to have a few down in the dumpster. It's 79 minutes, 80. Come on, guys, let's see this through. It's a big point, this is. And yeah. So the old guys have got to go, but if they're here, I might as well use them. I'm really conscious of not triggering contract extensions for them, and that's offside. That was offside. I haven't got to worry about that. That was offside. Yeah, a lot of the old guys, they've got a sneaky little contract extension if they play so many games this season. One I think is 2 games, one is 5 games. I'm hoping I'm going to get a heads up in the news if they do come close to triggering the clause rather than just automatically get one. If they automatically get one, it's not the end of the world because I'm looking to sell him at the end of this season anyway. And I don't think a contract extension will really make a lot of difference to that, other than it may. They're not worth anything. If somebody come and offer me £1 for them, they're gone. And that's a long shot and it's over. A little bit worried how poor we've looked, to be honest. We haven't, although we've had the possession, but we've come out of there with a 0-0 draw, and I would have took that. You know, it's a local derby, big rivals, and it's 0-0, which keeps us. We've dropped to 5th. I'm happy. We're staying in touch. So the next game is another Champions League game. We're going to play another league game in between. So we're going to go off and play Bologna, who are 11th, and then we're going to come back for Atletico Madrid. So we've gone away to Bologna and we've drawn 0-0. Disappointing. We were probably the better side overall. We had better XG, better possession, similar shots on target and shots created, but they didn't really threaten us. So disappointing. Points dropped. We're still in the hunt, but you know, we have to take the points when they're available, and I thought those points were available. So the team today then, a bit of chopping and changing because obviously I didn't think to register all the old guard, and maybe I should have with hindsight. But anyway, it's Dokovic in goal, Scow wide right, Akamiya Mena is going to fill in at centre half today, which allows Neto to play it back out in his left position. Just not confident with Collignon playing out there. He's just, I don't know, mistakes. Peki and Urban in the midfield with Koulibaly and Kadongo out wide with Ketelari and Ercole back from injury. He's good for 75 minutes, so we're going to try and get a good half out of him and hopefully put the game to bed. We are playing Atletico Madrid. This isn't going to be an easy game. It's a game I would like to get some points out of. I'm not sure whether we will or not. We'll have to wait and see. I have no idea how good Madrid are, other than the fact that they weren't as good as Blackburn, but neither are we. We're nowhere near as good as what my Blackburn team were. So yeah, we're hoping that we can get away with something today. We're at home, so hopefully that's going to make a big difference, and we're going to start to kick on and qualify for this knockout stage. What do they call it? It's the playoff, isn't it? So the playoff for the last 16. So that's what we're looking for, and that's a bad pass by Urban. He does that a lot, but there's Mena covering. That's good. Neto picks up a loose ball, and Mena's first game as centre half for us that I can remember. He's probably been there as a sub, but he's starting today simply because we don't yet have the depth of team that I would like. Koulibaly's picked it up. He's playing really well since he came into the team. The fans are already demanding ikoliks through, and I was hoping he was going to put that away. The supporters are already demanding that we make Koulibaly loan deal permanent. Bit early for that, I think. And Ikoli with the corner. Akami is up there, and we're 1-0 up from the corner. Well earned. We have been a better side, I think, in the opening 17 minutes. Couple of chances. And yeah, Ercole with the corner, near post. Akame got up above his markers and nodded it in beautifully. Goalkeeper needs to look at himself there to be giving away a chance like that off a corner. Although they don't put him front near post anymore. If they did, that wouldn't have been a goal. And Scow gets up well and wins the header. Akamia plays it to Urban, and another loose ball by Urban. I suppose that you would argue that the wide player should have moved on to the ball rather than waiting for the ball to come onto him. You know, if you sit there and wait for it, the chances are someone's going to nip in. But here we are, some nice build-up play again. Koulibaly running the wrong way, mate. And there's Pesci with the ball over the top for Kadongo. Kadogno now, he's played it in, and that's a good challenge, but he's going to give me a penalty for that. He's got to give a penalty because we were in a very good attacking position. He wouldn't have stopped the game unless he was sure. Would he? And it's a penalty. So this is it. We're going to leave Catalera taking the penalties because he's got umpteen goals for us already this season. And I have no idea who's better than him at taking penalties, but he seems to find the net more than most, and we're 2-0 up. So that's a good, solid 20 minutes. 2-0 up against a good Atletico Madrid. You know, they're not a bad side. They're always in Europe. And Catalera, goalie didn't get anywhere near it, did he? He didn't dive. He just thought it was. I don't think he knew whether it was going to come down the middle or go to the corner of the goal. So he just sort of collapsed on his left leg. And there's Mena in today, making up the numbers. Pesci out wide for Scow. I'm absolutely amazed that he's not a favourite. I really am. But Koulibaly picks up the ball again. Definitely is, and that's a loose pass. But Koulibaly has already become a supporter's favourite. So, and here they are. They're on the break again. They're getting in behind us. We've got to cut that, and he has cut the pass out. That's good play. But then we've just given it back to Reyes. Plays it into the centre, and this is a worry there. Oh, and we've evened the score up on the penalties. That was a bit naive, wasn't it? Oh dear. Very naive, and perhaps the referee wants to even it up, but we made it easy for them to give that, didn't we? And the keeper almost got there. He went the right way, just a little bit too much power on it for him, but 2-1 up. We can carry on building on this. It's not the end of the world. Keeper almost through his hands. If he'd have got an extra inch of finger on that, I think he'd have made a save. But here we are, 2-1, 35 minutes gone. This is the important part of the game now. This could really decide how the game shapes up for the remainder. We're 2-1 up. We don't want to be going into half time at 2-2. We've worked hard to get our lead, and now we're giving it away, and they've settled and they're playing in behind and they're making the movements. Cracking save by the goalkeeper again there. It's back into the middle and he's offside. We've got an offside decision. What a cracking save by Dokovic again. I'm really impressed with this young goalie. He saved a penalty in a game a couple of games ago. I can't remember whether it was live or not, but I know he's saved us penalties already, so cracking signing. Blowing my own trumpet a bit there, didn't mean to sound that way. And here we are, we're looking to build then on our 2-1 lead. We could do with getting a third goal here, and I thought he'd give that away. I thought he was just going to turn around out of it with no interest in keeping the ball. Then Eckley through, and here we are, and he's hit the bar, and he tried to get up with the header, but the keeper was very alert to that. So 2-1. And it's all us again at the moment. We're building well, we're playing well, we're keeping possession, passing it nicely. Urban been a cracking signing as well, Urban has. And Pesci back to Acomia. Tried to get rid of him at the start of the season. I'm glad he threw the toys at the pram and refused to go. He's turned down a couple of contracts with other teams. And Kadongo, oh, it was headed clear. But then Neto's up and they've cleared it again. Yeah, I'm glad the centre half decided to stay. So they're building from the back again. This highlight is dragging on a bit for my liking, but we've intercepted the ball again. Neto picks it up, plays it back to Mena, back to Neto, into Urban to Pesci, his teammate in the centre of the field, and it's over the top for Cataleri, and he's hit the bar again. That's the second time in this half that he's hit the bar, and he waves his hand in frustration. But twice now he's beaten everybody except the bar. So I was going to say bar the bar, perfect English. Mena out wide to Koulibaly. He's not going to get on that, is he? It was a bit, and yeah, but Koulibaly fights back and gets it. Urban, Pesci over the top again, looking for Koulibaly, but he's been out jumped there. Neto picks up the loose ball now. Neto's got a delivery on him. Koulibaly's been pushed off the ball there, out muscled, I'm afraid. And that is the one weakness in his game, and they're looking dangerous here. It's 2-1, 54 minutes gone. And Krieg, and their keeper's got hold of the ball. I was just about to say they're carving us about a little bit here. But Milan 2, Atletico Madrid 1. 65 minutes gone. Well, we're in the 65th minute, and that's headed over, but they're going to clear that, aren't they? And now it's a 1-on-1. And I don't know who's back there with him. And they've got a guy free out wide here, but we've managed to get numbers back. Not enough, I don't think, because they're camped around the edge of the box unmarked. And there you go. Can't say it wasn't a cracking goal, because it was a worry the way we got our defence back, but the midfield just didn't come back with their players, and he was unmarked, edge of the box, and picked his spot, didn't he? You can see here, we've got players back. Perhaps we've got too many players going to the ball there, but then and there you go, look. Kadogno out wide. And Urban waving his arms about, but he didn't come near the ball, did he? So 2-2 after being 2-0 up is a little bit disappointing. We're on the break again here, and it's cut out by McDonald beautifully, and he set him away again. Now this is looking bad. This is a bit of nervous moments for us here. They're in the ascendancy, and again they found the man unmarked. The midfield hasn't got back. Is this highlighting a glitch with my tactic? Had I a defensive midfield player there, that wouldn't have gone in, and suddenly we're 3-2 down with 70 minutes gone. And again, there's a big gap between the back four and the midfield. Has this highlighted a glitch with my tactic? So we're going to make some substitutions. Not quite sure who. Coley can't play much longer than what he has. Scow is suffering, so he can come off. I'm gonna leave Fonterosa out there actually, rather than bring him in. Urban struggling a little bit, so Nunez can have a go there. Aracy can replace Pecky. And I think that's about it, guys. There's not a lot more I want to change here. 3-2 down. I'm going to demand more, and we're going to go attacking. But I do think we've given away a 2-goal lead here. And we're dropping to 19th in the table, which is even a bigger worry. It's a top 24 that qualify for the playoff, and we're going to get there. No, we didn't quite get there. I thought we were going to get onto that ball. It looked a bit loose, but they're playing, and Neto gets it back to the keeper. Djokovic to Mena, Mena to Nunez, Nunez back to Mena, out to Neto. Now can we get something going down the flank here? Neto plays it forward to Dalorto over the top, and we need him, and he's missed a couple, but we've picked up the loose ball and we've got the equaliser. That's happened a few times for this team now. The ball seems to bobble and find one of our players, and that was a lovely little pass into the box. He did it into the net. He didn't panic. Dalorto with a searching ball over the top, and this is where I mean the defender made the tackle and just played it away from the goalie. And yeah, that's a bit fortunate, I must say. And I'm going to make a 5th change here. They're telling me to bring Collignon on, and I'm going to bring him on for Neto, who's obviously picked up a knock or something because they were asking me to make that substitution. And here we go, 3-3. So we've managed to scrape a draw in the second part of the episode. 2 draws, disappointing. Still relatively early in the save. We're only, about 12 games into this season in total with the Champions League, but we're sitting 18th. Bit of daylight between us and the rest, but we do need to pick something up here, don't we? Oh dear, wasn't expecting that. Anyway guys, that's going to wrap up this episode. We've got a few easy-ish. I'm not going to say too much because I'm not sure what's happening with this save at the moment. Do I come back and do the Man City game? Because that's just going to be a thrashing, isn't it? And it is a bit sudden. I want to get a few games under my belt, I think. And we maybe look to come back around Valencia, Verona. Yeah, so we'll have a look. We'll see how Europe goes. We'll get the Man City and the Valencia game out of the way because I'm not expecting to get anything out of those. And then we'll look to come back around here. Salzburg is a game we could win. But I like the fact that Capitolone, who are top of the league and looking good, are there. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get that thumbs up, guys. Big thumbs up for the channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you next time. I'm not doing a Man City game, I can't. We'll see you next time around this sort of place. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.